In this cold world, 38 Spesh reminds us why his most reliable sources are his mother and his gun. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Mob. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button for your boy. Hitting that like button definitely helps and it's greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new project from 38 Spesh entitled Mother and Gun. Rochester's own 38 Spesh is one of the hardest working men in hip hop. You can view him as a triple threat in the underground scene. Not only is he the CEO of Trust, but he's this prolific producer and skilled MC. Now, this new project is 38 Spesh's first full-length release since Interstate 38 back in 2020. Sure, he put out a plethora of projects since then that have included some collaborations, some EPs, and albums that he has produced. But this is technically his first big solo release in some time. Now, just last month, you will recall Spesh and Graf collaborated for that very dope God's Timing album, a project that included all 38 Spesh production. But for this new one, Mother and Gun, Spesh decided to give other producers a chance to shine, only producing one himself. The additional beats came from Shamir, Street Runner, Doing the Beat, Jimmy Dukes, LT Beats, Rico Kevorkian, and Rain 910. At 10 tracks, this thing lasts approximately 27 minutes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with that track by track breakdown. The opener, Early Morning, has a deeply felt soul sample. You can just feel the emotion and the pain in the beat, and it sets the tone that this album is likely going to be more introspective and it is likely going to be devoted to his mom. But on this track, he is speaking on having to deal with the hurtful nature of the rap game and the street game. He raps, dudes got grudges, they hold in and they sneaky. Find out your dogs is not the same species. My brother died just in case you ain't noticed. I'm trying to figure out why your condolences ain't reached me. So as a whole, it is a strong opener. That's likely going to appeal to you if you're going through some things or if you just had to take some losses. Track 2, Sacrifice with Clem Rashad, has more of a triumphant tone. We get a cheery soul sample from Street Runner that does feel very Rockefeller era records inspired. When I first heard the instrumental, it sounded like a generic Rockefeller type beat in my opinion, but after additional listens, it did grow on me somewhat. It's still not a favorite Street Runner instrumental. Now, Clem Rashad delivers a pretty captivating hook, and his voice does sound like a mix of, let's say, Freeway and Beanie Sigel here. But on this one, 38 Spesh is speaking on the concept of sacrificing and hustling hard. He states, told the streets I'm gonna leave officially, don't care if I'm broke, I'm going somewhere, can't let my ego trip me. So altogether, it was a solid song, but I didn't enjoy it as much as some listeners might. Now track 3, Spesh is Back, it's an instant highlight. This 38 Spesh production incorporates some glorious strings that are very cinematic, and this feels like a soundtrack to a 1970s crime caper. And 38 really put on a masterclass with his 2 verses, the second being my favorite. Just an example of some of the dope rhymes on display here were, my guys shoot you, they my pupils, F a double homicide, my guys trying to get a quadruple. You waste time, but mine's useful. I was taught grind fruitful. That's why my net worth, they try and Google. So those are just some specific lines, but really the whole track had flawless lyricism. Following the song, Dell Logo is also one of the high points. There is a hidden Stove God Cooks feature who also really delivers one of his catchiest hooks in recent memory. The beat from Dope on the Beat is really dope boy fresh. You have some rich pianos, some hi-hats, and enough bass to really make this a banger. I'd say this is the type of track that's a nice hybrid or blend between boom bap and trap. It's sort of that happy middle ground. And this is going to appeal to listeners who like that lavish hustling music. Some clever disrespectful lines from Spesh were, walk in the room, your boo grins. When I'm done with your girl, she gonna need her some new shins. I don't follow the new trends. And the suite at the Dell Logo getting swallowed by two twins. There was also getting a bunch of bricks. Them was kid goals. We did that in '06 with big clothes. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Dell Logo. The following song, Had It Coming, features Havoc and Lloyd Banks, and it's also one of the better ones. Here we have a moody, ethereal beat. This sounds ideal for both Havoc and Banks, especially Banks. Yeah, this beat just sounds very Queens-esque. I think a Flea Lord feature would have been ideal as well. We have a dope verse from Spesh, a hook from Hav, and I'd say an MVP verse from Lloyd Banks. Banks said, "The money came with all these entendres. It brought me double crosses. Also, ready to die and can't afford the coffin. Your pride is before misfortune." So F all that back and forth in. Immediately after is Burn Marks, produced by LT Beats. And we have this meditative, reflective, airy type beat that's crisp and smooth. There's only one verse from Spesh and a recording from Andrew Tate. So the track does feel a little underdeveloped as a result. On this one, Spesh is talking about overcoming. He said, "I made it through hell. You can see the burn marks." Now, Andrew Tate is a very polarizing figure, so some people might be instantly turned off to hear his inclusion at the end, but that's just a reality. Either way, this song was not bad, but it didn't interest me too much. Track 7 is the single Special Methods featuring Ty, Larb and Method Man. We have this off-kilter boom bap beat from Jimmy Dukes, which does feel like a Wu-Tang meets 38 Spesh type beat. And 38 has some witty woo references like, "There's a brick in my radio. I pray the cops don't inspect the deck." And Meth really came through with another show-stopping performance. He's been in his feature bag extremely heavy as of late. It's almost impossible for him to miss. Some witty lines from Meth were, "This E for effort. Wu-Tang is nothing to F with Spesh and Method. This special method, specially methods." There are some sung vocals from Tyler B that at first felt a bit out of place given the grittiness of the beat, but after a few listens, they had grown on me. So all things considered, yeah, I would consider a Special Methods to be one of the high points. Following this is Can't Show Me Love Part 3, which is easily my least favorite instrumental out the batch. I might sound like I'm nitpicking here, but I do have high standards when it's a 38 project, and this beat did feel like it was a poor man's Harry Fraud type atmospheric instrumental. So the lyrics are good, but the beat just felt a little generic in my opinion. It's not bad. I suppose I could play it through, but I didn't love it. The second and last track is Only You featuring Class Murder. Now what we have here is a very heartfelt tribute to 38's mom. It is here where he gives us some vivid storytelling explaining where the title of the album comes from. This is backed by a bluesy soul sample that you may remember Harry Fraud used for Ransom's album earlier in the year. And Class Murder really outdid himself coming through with those passionate sung vocals. It's probably one of his better performances recently too. But on this track, 38 is giving us a lot of introspection with poignant lines like, "You the reason my heart knew love. I know I did things you ain't approve of, but what you taught me was how to be kind-hearted like you was. That's why I got rich and showed the crew love." And this project wraps up with Underestimated featuring Shay Noor and Benny the Butcher. Now we get some pensive sample-based production, and they are sticking to the mother theme to wrap this up. Benny states, "My relationship with my mom was different. I sold drugs for her in school. Me and my moms did business." Okay, so if this is true, Benny's mom sounds a bit like the mom in Raising Kanan. Whereas 38 Spesh depicts his mom in a different light, but he admits to getting his hustler instincts from his dad, but his dad wasn't there for him as much and underestimated his potential. And Shay Noor came through with a thoughtful hook. One of the lines that jumped out was, "Crack baby, God's greatest gift to a fiend." So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of a strong 3.5 to a light 4. Mike, I would agree that it is his most personal and his most introspective project to date. You still get the witty motivational lines from 38, but he did make more of a concerted effort on this thing to peel back the layers a little bit more than usual. It was a quick listen at just under 30 minutes, and the production was mostly hard hitting. Now, I do understand that some individuals may have wanted there to be more 38 Spesh production than what we got, but he seemed to have stuck with the similar formula from his Interstate 38 album where he recruited outside producers. So yeah, there were some really strong songs, some real highlights that will have high replay value for me, but I thought there were also a couple songs that were just passable and probably could have been developed just a bit more. But I did like how he went into a slightly different bag with this release. My favorite tracks include Early Morning, Spesh Back, Dell Logo, Had It Coming, Special Methods, Only You, and Underestimated. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Muff. I am signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings. 38 Spesh, Mother and Gun. 1.